Hello, and welcome back to our Rule the Waves 3 playthrough of Italy starting in 1890, Mare Nostrum. In the last episode, we continue to kind of plink away at Tunisia. It's our invasion target, and we're keeping them cut off from any sort of rescue and support there. The French Navy's not looking too great, and it looks like they do have a carrier in service now. Looks like they commissioned one. I have this game open from the one you saw 2 days ago. This is just a few minutes ago for me. I went over to YouTube and started uploading it. But let's take a look at the French carrier that's in service now. Here it is. 100 aircraft. That is a very fine carrier. However, the air crews are going to be very inexperienced. Good news. All right, let's continue on with this war. See if we can take Tunisia, then maybe just try to end it. And if they force us, uh, we'll aim for Corsica next. All right, convoy attack, another convoy attack. We just did that. All right, enemy unable to challenge us. Okay. Fighting continues in Tunisia. We lost a sub. Rushed another ship. So we sank 11 enemy merchants. Trade disruptions from raider and submarine sinkings are causing hardship and food shortages in France. Well, they just laid down 2 light carriers. 14, almost 15,000 displacement. So, what, maybe 30 some aircraft, depending on how they armor their. Here's another convoy attack in support of land combat. It looks like we have the same crew, the same destroyer squadron, the same light cruiser squadron. Will it be at night? Perhaps. It is. It is at night. All right. See if we can get a repeat of the last one. The last one went pretty darn well for us. We don't usually sink the escorts too often when we have just our light forces out here. But last time around, we sank I think 2 destroyers and a light cruiser, or at least 1 light cruiser and 1 destroyer. Turn off our torpedoes and aiming for the enemy. I see a nice line of ships already. There they are. So the destroyers are going to cut across here, maybe at a slight southern angle, and there's the escorts already breaking off to counter us. Nope, they're just leaving the transports to their fates. There's the escorts on the other side. There's a destroyer, so we're going to turn. Bob and weave, bob and weave. Don't want to get torpedoed. Alright, gonna bring our destroyers around south here for a torpedo attack. Turn the cruisers north. And fire torpedoes. Nice. My high speed range feels like it's a lot further than normal, but maybe it's just because it's nighttime. I can get closer before I get blasted in the face. There we go. Look at that. Nice torpedo run. Is that really a battle cruiser? It might be. I think they have one in service. I'm getting pounded. So let's Try to torpedo them. Yeah, so you like it? You like your new battle cruiser, do you? Well, how about them apples? Our cruisers have taken a little bit of a pounding there. How do they look? 26% damage. That's actually not too. It's not terrible. Wouldn't mind having the Leonardo da Vinci or the Napoli up here to counter that thing. Looks like it's moving pretty slow. We're to bring in the piranhas. Oh, I just got hit. All right. The Spikia is up front there. Let's run a fire, fire, and then we'll do the same. Save some torpedoes for the next shot. And let's do it again. If that is their, I think they have one battle cruiser in service, if I recall, or they were building one at least. This might actually just be a heavy cruiser. Well, it's dead in the water. So I'm going to bring the light cruisers back down here to do one more run on their transports. Okay, cool. Well, if that thing's moving, then let's try to make it so it doesn't move anymore. Suspicious. Okay. Let's detach that and that. They're both moving kind of slow. So I'm going to turn around. We'll take control of the damaged destroyers and we'll send them back to Cagliari. Okay. That should do it. But just in case, we have more destroyers. Oh no, I'm hit by a torpedo. That's not fair. You're not allowed to do that. That's not how the game works. Oh boy. Maybe it was a bad idea to send these destroyers back, but we do want insurance. Alright, back to Cagliari. Poor little destroyer. Nope, he's dead in the water again. He got it up to 4 knots there temporarily. Alright, so we did lose a light cruiser. But if we sank a heavy cruiser there, I will consider it a fair enough trade. We do want to rebuild our cruiser fleet after this war. That was one of the things I said that I wanted to do. Get like another, I don't know, maybe 8, possibly 10 light cruisers to act as escorts for our capitals. So we did lose a cruiser. Oh, that was a battleship, wasn't a battle cruiser. And we sank 3 destroyers and 10 escorts, or 10 transports. Ship details, what was that? 1939, fairly new. Fairly new. Dreadnought. He took 10 torpedo hits there. Kind of weird to see a battleship out on convoy duty, but not unknown. Continued operations will secure our total victory. Well, we finally won a war. Yay! Yay! All right. We get war reparations. So we're going to take Tunisia from them. We're going to take Corsica from them. And we will take the rest in reparations. So we're going to seize those important airfields. The budget's reduced. All right. Lots of scrapping going on. We're at minus 22,000 on the budget. All right, so our cruisers, how can we save money here? Oh gosh, we're going to have to put the sparrows into halt construction on those. Halt construction on this new wave of destroyers. That gives us about 5 months. Submarines, we will get rid of anything that is 97 and lower. Actually, we'll get rid of anything that's 106 and lower. So we will scrap all of those. Let's see. Let's take a little look. Is there anything we want to get rid of here? Not really. Not really. The Euros, we could almost get rid of them. It's very risky, considering, I mean, we should have a couple years at least before another war to build up our Calypsos. But we do, I don't know, we got a couple things that are in repair status right now. So that the budget will come up down a very, very tiny amount. And we don't have any tension to help get new budget going. We have one Umbria left. You know what? The Umbria can go. It's from 1919. Scrap it. And this is going to sound crazy, but I think we're going to get rid of the Napolis. They're from 1917. That would save us about 2,000 per month. Yeah, we're going to get rid of those. You can see how much more expensive they are than the Impero. And the Impero is a bigger battleship, but it's also 15 years newer. So we're going to scrap the Napolis. And that gives us a reasonable monthly balance for a while. A little bit of time to get some kind of budget event. Yeah. We'll create some air units automatically. Here's a float plane scout. It's a private venture. Do we care? It's got better speed. It has better range. It has better stats. We'll say yes, even though we don't use float plane scouts. So here's the Navy statistics on enemy aircraft losses during the recent war. So we shot down a total of 213. 87% was by fighters. Other aircraft, 3%. Heavy AA, 6%. 0% for medium AA. 3% for light AA. So medium AA is not doing much. Something we need to keep in mind here. Alrighty, ships under construction. Another few months of the Calypsos, and 2 more months of the rebuild for this Andrea Doria there. Okay. Increased submarine survivability. So new Japanese fighter, faster than our fighters. Okay, tensions are going down due to the recent war. As you would expect, boy, our monthly balance just shot up a little bit, not like a ton. It's probably the air groups we just assigned to the defenses there. Submarines we're building. So another 5 months, 4 to 5 months basically, and these submarines will be done. That'll free up a nice amount of budget there. We just have to find a way to survive until then. But as soon as this Android Dory is done, that's going to help us out a lot. All right. The Prime Minister's made a foreign policy gaffe. You're asked to smooth things over by the Naval Secretary. Okay. I never presumed to undercut his authority. We could lose a prestige. We gain budget and tension. Okay. Who do we want tension with? Let's go with Austria-Hungary, just because they're higher on the list here. And the budget, the not budget, the tension will keep coming down due to the recent war. So we want to get as much tension with whoever we can is for right now at least. And also the budget is pretty nice. We're getting close to super carriers. There we go, down to 4,000 per month. Looking a little bit more stable now. A little bit more stable. Okie dokie. Yep, this you see it went down immediately due to the recent war or whatever other random effect it decided to throw in there. We only have one Impero left. It has 14-inch guns. I'm kind of tempted to just get rid of it. Tempted to get rid of it and the Regina Elena. Keep the Andrea Dorias. You know what, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Scrap them. There we go. That helps out the budget. And it kind of consolidates our battleships down to the 4 and the 2 battleship divisions there. The Andrea Dorias. We still have a lot of work to do once we get our budget sorted out here. We got a lot of stuff. We got these ships that are going obsolete on us here, these Marsalas. These pellets, actually, these Pelicanos are pretty new, so they'll be fine for a little while longer. But we're losing. Nigeria has been granted independence, but we are losing a lot of improved air search radar. We're losing a lot of our battleship power. So we've lost the battle cruisers. We've lost 2 battleships, just scrapping, but we're gaining fleet air power. So, oh, here's our improved fighter. So it goes 324, so 10 knot increase, a little bit of range increase, and we gain 1 point of firepower. It's reliable, average. I mean, it's doing its job, holding its own. And I think we can compare with the fighter with, let's see, Britain said they had the fastest one. Here it is. This is it right here. So it goes 400. Oh, it's a jet fighter. That's why. I thought we do have a jet fighter that's only 324 knots. No, that isn't even a jet fighter. That's a is that a jet fighter? Let's take a look here. No. Our jet fighter goes 500 knots, so I don't know why they're claiming that their fighters go faster than ours. So ours goes 324. Yeah, I don't know why they say their fighters are better than ours. Doesn't strike me as being very accurate. We can't risk losing sensitive technology. We're pretty decently ahead of some nations at this point. Improved dive bomber, the D model, so we get a little bit more speed, tiny little, just a bump of range, and the reliability remains poor, unfortunately. Kind of a bummer, but we'll have time to develop all that stuff as we go here. All right, so these calypsos are about done. So let's put our, let's resume construction. Oh, those are so expensive. They're so pricey. Okay, new. So the Mitsubishi Siren, I don't get it. There it is, 380. That is actually faster than ours then. 324. I don't know. Everybody's light jet fighters go the same speed. They have about the same range. Looks like Spain has a really good range in on theirs. Huh, kind of cool. All right. Yeah, we'll take any kind of radar technology we can get, even though it's expensive. Okay. The enemy is making, well, the other nations are just making a lot of progress in terms of air power now. Great Britain and France have signed an alliance. Hey, we stole improved foam extinguisher from France. Hey, and that increases the tension. Good. We need that. There we go. Just a nice little bump there. Let's see, improved fire control. No, not fire control. When I saw fire control, I thought like actual like fire control. We're looking for like damage, whatever. Where is it? Here it is, subdivision and damage control. So that's improved firefighting in carriers. Very useful. Excellent. We should build a highway system to promote long-term economic development. Just a tiny little bump in the resources, but it adds up over time and it doesn't go away with your up and down on your budget. Increase cap effectiveness. Cool. And then we're 20 about 25 minutes. We'll give this another turn or so, and then we'll see. The submarines are done building. We don't. We really need another budget bump. We'll make the agent a national hero to get some tension. Improve 13-inch guns doesn't help us. Here's an improved light jet fighter. So it's average reliability, which is good for a jet fighter. 512 on the speed. So the range goes up to about what Spain had going for them there. That's a pretty good jet fighter. 18 firepower. Okay. And then doctrines. Um, we're going to go down to minimum on missile storage for now. And then once tensions start going up a little bit more, once we get past this, once we get over the tensions going down from the recent war event, once we get our budget sorted out a little bit more, we can pop that back up. This might be some budget here. 487,000 on our budget. Oh, look at another light jet fighter immediately. So still average. What's increasing is the speed and the range is going up a little bit too. So 487,000. Hey, we gained a budget. Good. We needed that. That's helpful. All right, we're 26 minutes in. We're gonna call it here. We finally won a war. Take a look at the Mediterranean. We've carved out a nice little patch for ourselves. I'd really like to get my hands on Malta, but doesn't seem to be happening. That's okay though. And a lot of the coast here, like Egypt and whatever. This isn't Algeria. It's Libya. Yeah, Egypt and Libya there are unoccupied, so not even a chance I can capture those. All right. Hopefully, hopefully I've redeemed myself with finally getting a victory in one of these wars. Yay! Finally. But I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you next time.